Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing great. My name is Ravi Teja. Let's solve third problem of the dynamic programming study plan. Okay. Problem statement states that tribonic sequence Tn is defined as follows. T0 is 0, T1 is 1, T2 is 1 and Tn plus 1 is equal to Tn plus 1 plus Tn plus 2 for all n greater than or equal to 0. Okay. If you look at the sequence, okay, the first number is 0, second number is 1, third number is 2, okay, and the next number will basically depend upon the past three numbers. Okay, so in order to get the third index of our Tribonacci, we have to sum 0 plus 1 plus 1, which is 2. In order to get the fourth number, we have to sum 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2, which will be 4, and so on and so forth. Okay, if you see, if we try to generalize this, okay, the ith index is going to rely on I minus 1, I minus 2 and I minus 3. Okay, when I is equal to 0, it is 0. When I equal to 1 and 2, it is 1. Okay, so this is the recurrence relation for this particular problem statement. Okay, let's see how does f of I, what is the tree diagram for f of I. Okay, f of I is depending upon I minus 1, I minus 2 and I minus 3, and I minus 1 is depending upon I minus 2, I minus 3 and I minus 4. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, if you see, there are problems which are overlapping, okay, I mean which are repeating. Okay, so if once we compute answer for this, we don't have to compute it again. Okay, so we will be caching the answers for the computed function, and then we will be reusing it whenever we encounter the same state. Okay, so this approach is known as dynamic programming. Okay, so let's look at the code now. Okay, so I just coded the bottom up approach, okay, here, where I have taken a DP array of size n plus 1, and then I'm starting from 1 and going all the way till the end. If you look at our recurrence relation, for I equal to 1 and 2, it is 1, so I just mentioned over here. If I is less than or equal to 2, then DP of I is 1 or else it has to basically take the I minus 1 plus I minus 2 plus I minus 3. So that is what I am doing over here and then my answer will be in dp of n. Okay, so this approach, the time complexity will be big O of n and the space complexity also big O of n. Okay, so this is good solution. Okay, but if you keenly observe, at any given point our answer will only rely on the just three previous states. Okay, so we don't have to store all the computed values. Okay, we just, if we only keep track of the last three states, then that is more than sufficient. Okay, so what we will do is we'll define we will be having, if n is equal to 0, then we'll be returning 0. If n is less than or equal to 2, we'll be returning 1. Now in order to compute this, okay, I need these three values, so I will define this as previous 2, this is previous 1 and this is previous. Okay, so in order to calculate the current value, I will be summing up previous 2 plus previous 1 plus previous 2. So in order to calculate the next result, okay, previous 1, which was previously previous 1, now it will become previous 2, now this will be become previous 1 and this will be become current for this, in order to calculate this state. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is what I am doing. I am having previous 2 as 0 initially and previous 1 as 1 and previous as 1. I will be starting at index 3 and I will be calculating the current, and then I will be updating my previous 2, previous 1 and previous pointers, and then my answer will be in previous. Okay, if I submit this, you will see all the test cases will be passed and it will be the pretty efficient solution. Okay, in terms of time complexity and in terms of space complexity, as you can see, it has beaten 100% of solution. Also in the memory, it also beaten the 82%. Okay, so the time complexity here will be big O of n, as we are just running one single for loop. Space complexity will be constant because we are just using few of variables. Okay, nothing more than that. So the space complexity is big O of n. Okay, If you like the explanation, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and also share your valuable feedback in the comment section. Okay, I will be posting the problem link as well as the solution in the description. You can check it out. Okay, that's all about this problem. Thank you.